Welcome to my YouTube channel, Legal Information Law Insights. I am Advocate Mukund Mahajan. In today's video, we will discuss a very important legal topic: validity of general stamp paper in India. We'll understand what the Supreme Court has ruled, what the essential ingredients of validity are, and why some states like Maharashtra and Gujarat have different rules. This is a must-watch if you deal with legal documents, contracts, or agreements. Section 1. Does stamp paper expire? Supreme Court clarifies. Let's begin with a landmark judgment from the Honorable Supreme Court. In the case of Thiruvengadapilli vs. Navnithamal and another, 2008, the court held that general stamp papers do not expire. It clarified that the Indian Stamp Act, 1899, does not prescribe any expiry date for using a non-judicial stamp paper. Many people confuse the 6-month clause under Section 54 of the Stamp Act with expiry. But that section is only related to refund of unused stamp paper. It does not simply won't be able to get a refund, but you can still legally use it. Therefore, as per central law and this judgment, a stamp paper purchased even 1 year or 5 years ago is still valid, as long as it has not been misused, altered, or tampered with. Section 2. Key ingredients that determine validity of stamp paper. Now let's understand what factors actually determine the validity of a stamp paper-based document. Firstly, the stamp paper must be of appropriate value depending on the type of document, whether it's a sale deed, agreement, power of attorney, etc. Secondly, the execution must be proper. That means the document should be duly signed by all relevant parties and, if required, properly witnessed and notarized. Thirdly, the state-specific laws must be followed. Even though central law permits long-term validity, some states have introduced their own rules, which we will discuss shortly. Fourth, you should ensure that the correct type of stamp paper is used. Judicial stamp paper is used for court proceedings, whereas non-judicial stamp paper is used for agreements and affidavits. Lastly, regarding refunds and reusability, if the stamp paper remains unused, you can apply for a refund within 6 months. But if you cross that time limit, no refund will be granted. However, the stamp paper still remains legally usable, except in some states. Section 3. Maharashtra and Gujarat. Why different rules? Now let's talk about why Maharashtra and Gujarat follow different rules regarding stamp paper validity. Under the Indian Constitution, stamp duty falls under the State List Entry 63 of List 2 in the 7th Schedule. That means states have exclusive power to legislate on stamp duties, including their rates, usage, and refund rules. After the bifurcation of the old Bombay state, both Maharashtra and Gujarat adopted the Bombay Stamp Act, 1958, and introduced their own amendments. In Maharashtra, Section 52B of the Maharashtra Stamp Act says that if a stamp paper is not used or surrendered within 6 months from the date of purchase, it becomes invalid. Similarly, in Gujarat, the Bombay Stamp, Gujarat Amendment, Act, 2001, introduced Section 52C, which states that if a stamp paper is not used or refund is not claimed within 6 months, it will be considered legally invalid. These state-specific provisions are constitutionally valid and override the general rule within those states. The purpose of such rules is to prevent misuse of old stamp papers, ensure up-to-date stamp duty collection, and avoid black marketing of undervalued documents. So, while the Supreme Court judgment applies nationwide, state amendments take precedence locally. Section 4. Supreme Court view on unstamped arbitration agreements. Now let's briefly look at a related 2023 to 2024 development. A 7-judge Constitution bench of the Supreme Court held that even unstamped or inadequately stamped arbitration agreements are not void or unenforceable. The court emphasized that stamping is a curable defect. Arbitration agreements are separable from the main contract. Courts should not block arbitration appointments due to stamping defects. This judgment reinforces the principle that technical errors in stamping should not defeat the intent of the parties or the enforceability of legal documents, unless specifically barred by state law. Conclusion: what should you do? To summarize, stamp papers do not expire as per central law and Supreme Court ruling. But in Maharashtra and Gujarat, state laws mandate a 6-month usage window, after which the stamp paper becomes invalid. Always check the stamp paper's value, execution, and compliance with local rules. Don't fall for myths. If you are in a state without such specific rules, an old stamp paper is still valid. And in arbitration matters, even an unstamped agreement may still be enforceable after curing the defect. If you found this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Legal Information Law Insights. Let's spread legal awareness together. Jai Hind! Jai Bharat!